Mother!
When 2-year-old Richard looks into his mama's eyes, he knows the true meaning of tender, loving care. His older brother Doyle hasn't always been so sure.
He was so afraid. He was in the corner, shaking, back then, scared. He would run to a stranger before he would run to me.
An 18-year-old single mother with limited parenting skills, Tammy Victor was raising her children in the same abusive way she had been raised.
I slapped my son. I threw him at a wall. I kicked him, punched him, slapped him. All those scream, holler, cursed at him, threw him around. All those mean things to that boy.
Ultimately, Tammy herself called the police and asked for help. What she got was 6 months in jail for child abuse. Richard and Doyle were put into foster care until the courts were satisfied they would be safe with their mother.
So I went to go visit my kids, and they were just sitting there looking at me, laughing. Hi, Mama, I love you, like that. I'm like, okay, why do they love me? How can they love their mom? After all I put them through, how could I get love back from them?
If you're 4 years old, regardless of what your mom or dad does to you, you still love them, you still need them. You don't just need them as a figure, you need them every single day in your life.
Anthony Urquiza is a psychologist at the UC Davis Medical Center. He oversees a new program there aimed at helping abusive parents find new ways to discipline. Like Tammy, most of his clients are sent to him through the courts. It's a last-ditch effort to get their kids back.
We had to change the relationship, and we had to fundamentally change some of the things that parents do with their child to make them be better parents.
Mommy has something to tell you guys, okay? Now, this is special playtime, okay? And special playtime, we play nice with all the toys.
This one-on-one therapy session uses a traditional parenting model called PCIT, Parent-Child Interaction Therapy. Urquiza hopes the basic parenting principles of PCIT will teach Tammy a better way to get her kids to behave.
You need to praise your child for the things that they do or that are appropriate. You need to describe appropriate behavior, give them a lot of attention for what they're doing that's okay and appropriate, and as soon as they do something that's not appropriate, then to ignore that behavior.
You might want to go into ignore and start playing with Doyle, and gosh, I'd love to play with Richard if he were sitting nice at his seat.
Yeah, if Richard was sitting nice in his seat, he could play with us.
Through an earpiece, Tammy is being coached by a therapist to praise good behavior and ignore the bad. Not an easy thing to do when Richard is in the midst of a temper tantrum. It's this kind of situation that used to result in abuse.
If he'll come up with us and play, we could have so much fun.
Great ignoring, Tammy. Really good ignoring.
Have so much fun with us, but that's okay.
It's great because you are in control right now.
The research bears it out. By breaking down old abusive patterns, Tammy is helping her children build self-esteem. And as an inherent bonus, she is becoming a better parent.
You have to give them some skills, but you also have to change the quality of the relationship so that it is self-sufficient in generating a lot of the empathy, a lot of the positive attention. That's what we have to change, so that parents, even when they're at their most frustrated, are still not going to hit their child.
Okay, Tammy, why don't you turn to Richard and pat him on the back and kind of rub his back and say, I like it when you're quiet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Richard, I like it when you're quiet.
I'd really like for you to come back and play at the table.
I really like for you to come back and do special playtime with us.
Here's where Tammy must apply her new skills. Richard's temper tantrum has lasted a very trying 15 minutes. Can she get her son to cooperate without being physically abusive?
Would you come sit at the table for me? Oh, thank you
job.
so much.
Crazy.
Great job. Yes.
Now pull this
I
chair.
think she has a really good chance to be safe with her kids in the future, to work with her kids so that they can be good, healthy kids, feel good about themselves, feel good about their mom. She's not out of the woods yet, but she's got a really good chance.
You like this one? Okay.
Quite often, children placed in foster care are not reunited with their parents. But Tammy has proven people can change when something as precious as a child is at stake.
Good job. Doyle see me change, right? Doyle can grow up and say, okay, well, my mommy changed. Doyle knows now. You know, he has an idea that people can be different. Give me a hug. Oh, thank you.
Learning to be a better parent is an ongoing, lifetime lesson. And the court system believes Tammy has learned hers. Today, she has full custody of her sons. And Richard and Doyle have a mother who makes them feel loved and valued and safe.
Happiness, a lot of happiness, a lot of fun times, a lot of saying to myself and to my kids, you know what, we made it. Mommy made it. Great job.